Welcome y'all to week 2 of season 4. Week will be at Mosport. This is an interesting track. Very fun, but challenging. It has a couple of high-speed corners to where you make the slightest mistake and it becomes real unfun real quick. The really fun part about that is trying to dodge the other people that made the mistake in front of you. So that can be interesting. I want to say we didn't qualify as well as we could have, considering I screwed up the first lap. However, I can't say I didn't really push the second lap. We are where we are. I was able to get best lap down to a 133 flat. I think it was like a 133.052. So not quite in the 132s, but darn close. Current track temp is 84 degrees. Fortunately, the sun's out, so I can use my turn 1 lift point. And here we go.
Green, green, green.
And for this track, we either do well or we just have a horrendous time.
Right side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
So hopefully we will be able to survive.
Right side. Clear on the right. Car right. Keep
So we have people all over the place.
clear.
And I think in this weather I can do that without lifting.
Car right. Still there. You're on the left. 3 wide.
Sorry
Car
about that.
right. 2 wide.
And that happens a lot.
2 wide. Go left.
More times than I'd like to mention here.
Car right. Stay on the left.
That was totally my
Still
bad.
there. Still there.
And we want to be on the left side here.
Clear on the right.
Do not expect the orange car to brake there.
Car on your left. Clear.
And the car, I think, feels okay.
1 minute.
So those lines right there are my braking or my lifting point. Fun note, those are shadows. First couple of times I raced, generally just about every other time I've raced here, I forget about that little detail. Until a cloudy day. Okay, just got to get my head back into it because I'm kind of all kerfuffled. Still not sure I fully trust the car right now either. And this turn is still giving me consistency fits. As it seems to always do when I first do this track again. Because what'll happen is I get to where I think the car may be pulling to the right just a hair. Not sure. It's just a terrible dead zone on my part. One of the two. Ah, don't need to help it. Now, we'll also add, along this part of the track, don't try to stop. Like right here, you can get away with it, but once you cross the line, just don't try to brake.
3.867.
I mean, unless you absolutely have to, or you're going to slam into somebody, even then, try to avoid first. Because I have yet to be able to brake there and not lose the car. And there's a wall about where you're going to be headed that you'll meet, kind of like here on this turn, where there's a lot of grass out there, but you're going pretty quick. And blinker. Car is mostly controllable. Too much braking. There's a way to do it to where you come in at a decent speed and then do a little pirouette there at the top. It gives you really good speed through there and decent exit speed. Me remembering how to do it is not easy. It takes some really nice timing to be able to get away with it. Hey, here's that person that was... Well, he said it was his fault. I think it was his fault. However, I'm not sure if I gave him enough room yet. Have to go back and look. I thought I did, because I'm used to that being happening there, so I try to give extra room. Little bounce there. But we know how that goes and how good I am at where I think I am on the track and where I actually am. Which is funny to me, because normally I have really, really good situational awareness. Which I consider your position, or where you think you are versus where you actually are, to be part of that. And wow, did I screw that turn up, something fierce. Not as well as I think we could have done. Not terrible, just not great. So that's another part right there at the end. Surprisingly commonplace for cars to kind of wipe out.
1 minute 33.6.
Because it's kind of downhill, you just need to get a little loose and it then becomes fun to keep the car under control. So you can imagine with multiple cars going through there, it can get interesting quick. See, now I'm still curious if it's our damage that's kind of killing us there, or what. I think the line's decent there, it's just not have the speed. And that turn right there is where I struggled the most on this track. The last kind of turn or two aren't my best either, but that turn right there is the one that kills my lap times far more than anything else. And that turn can be a turn that's really nice to blip. Just keeps the car nice and happy. And if you're a better driver than I am, you can actually do that turn in fourth.
1 minute 33.775.
And the key here is do not overpush this turn. And if you do, very, very light on the brakes. Because you do not have much of any traction there until you reach the bottom. And even then, easy, easy, easy. I don't think that was too bad. Taking a little bit of that curb. Okay, let's see if we can say it while, with being able to speak. Taking a little bit of that curb's not bad. You just don't want to go mountain climbing. There's not Mount Everest or K2. You will not get an award for going to the top. So it's more like a national park, and you will get a fine for going to the top. Leave your climbing gear at home. Old habit here of always dropping to third for this entire section. And you don't really need to for that first turn, or the third one in the series.
1 minute 33.208.
And
Laps to go.
I'm doing silly things. Yay. Okay, I need new pants and a new cockpit. Stat. And the worst part is we lost a lot of time to the guy behind us. I'm not sure if he's faster than us. I think he's close. Nope. Did not get it right that time. See how much it cost us. Oh, not as much as I thought yet. And yes, I am convinced, whether it is or not, that the car is pulling to the right a little bit. I need to pull my pedals apart and oil the brakes because it's squeaking.
One minute 35.143.
And the common way I've screwed up on this turn is I kind of lose sight of my braking point, which is kind of up into the right. The fence line there, as soon as it kind of reaches a little shoulder. And it becomes very easy to forget that, especially in traffic. Not too shabby. We're almost back up to our starting position. I still am not exactly sure what line to take along here. I've seen a lot of people do the left line. I've seen a lot of people do the right line. Overpushed it.
1 minute 33.374.
Not really happy with that time. We are in the wrong gear. And it drug the brakes a bit much there. Okay, that name in front of us sounds familiar, and I don't know why. It'd be nice if there was an easy way to say, races I've had with this person. Or was he one of the people I screwed up last week with all my many incidences? Probably what it is. Not really sure what happened there, but he was pinching the crap out of that turn.
32.865.
So here's something I was kind of thinking about that doesn't seem to really hold true. Or at least I'm asking. The one or two times I tried it, it didn't hold true, but that may be more of where I was trying it than anything else. So if I downshift, and so I'm in a lower gear at a higher RPM than if I downshift later, does that give me more weight on the front? Or are these engines very lightweight and so it's easier to spin them than like in a normal car? Actually thinking about that in a normal car. I'm not exactly, I don't remember. So in a gear at a higher RPM, I think it would slow you down faster than in gear at a lower RPM. Or in the same gear at a lower RPM. I feel like this person is overdriving it a bit. We're about in the draft, so the trick will be not overdoing it in the 6 laps we have left. So normally that doesn't go so well. And unfortunately we just gave back all the ground we made and put the guy behind us in a much closer position. Darn, I don't like how close he is. He's going to be within the draft a bit. Speaking of, hopefully we'll be able to put some distance on him here, like we've been doing a bit. Just want to be darn sure I don't overdrive the car.
1 minute 36.194. You've got 5 laps to go.
One of the key things though, if you run off in that turn, you want to try to convert your forward movement into movement not towards the wall as quickly as you can. Which doesn't necessarily mean slam on the gas or the brakes. That just feels terrible. And we gave up all the time or all the ground we just made. If not more. Because I think he's back up on us earlier. Yep. But now we get to pull him along for a while.
1 minute 33.443.
Oh, hello.
You've got a slow car on the left.
Not sure why the guy behind us gave up so much time there. And why we just gave up a ton of time there too. And we're going to want to be on the left here. We're going to make that very obvious by the time we get there. Whoops. I've done that. Not here, but at Road Atlanta, I think it is. Because I don't think I've done Road America. As we see how many mistakes we can make through there. Really is not an easy passing opportunity until we get past all this. Which is good because I think we do better than he does through here and we don't screw it up. Need to stop lifting there. I also see the guy that, one of the guys that was way in front of us that spun out back there too. Okay, fortunately we've got enough distance that he's not in the draft anymore. So we should be able to pull some distance now. As I say, as we lose ground to him. No, but then we just gained a bunch, so that's alright. I think I downshifted too late there.
What happened then, Gary?
Yeah, I could see you coming, man. I was worried about you, Gary.
Well, now we just gave him a bunch of time back, so... So I think as long as we don't make any major mistakes and get him back in the draft up close. That turn I need to roll on, not digitally gas pedal it. Or bang bang gas pedal it. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now we just got to keep it together. Because we kept far enough in front of him not to give him a draft through this section, which is the real killer.
Good race, guys.
Yeah, I was playing it a little careful there. Okay, again. Because of where the thing is, I'm not going to try to stop here. Never ends well.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Well, that race went pretty well. And considering we almost lost it a number of times there. I think we got kind of lucky in the sense that Ken lifted twice when he could have powered on through. One of the times was when the person spun out in front of us going into turn 1. Actually, I guess that's turn 2. Right before turn 2. And then I think it was the same lap. Right after that, in turn 4 and 5, I think it is, which are the turns right before the long straight. I never remember the numbers or the names of any of these things. He lifted there too. Not that I can blame him, because I would have been pretty worried about me coming back across the track on him too. Otherwise, I mean, we ran reasonable times. Nothing too great, nothing too terrible. As far as where we finished, I mean, I don't think we could have finished much better. There were a few people, had they not made mistakes, we never would have caught. So 2 people, but otherwise, I mean, we were about right where we should have been speed-wise. I'll take that. 80 champ points off the get-go, which is nice. We still have quite a bit of speed to find though. Oh, and yes, my car was damaged. Y'all will probably know that because I will put something in the video so y'all will know. It wasn't much damage, but yeah, good start to the week, especially compared to last week. With that, if you like, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, or advice, drop it in the box below. Good luck in your races, and y'all take it easy.